Everybody, welcome back. X's and Knowles presented by Knowles 24/7. I'm Trey. That's Kevin. That's Adam. And we are here. We're talking about Florida State 6-0, undefeated Florida State Seminoles. Half the year is over. But man, it's been a good half. Florida State absolutely Genghis Khan decimates Dino Babers and the Syracuse Orange. Never close. Never really in doubt, extremely dominant, extremely suffocating against a team that before coming in, consensus like top 40, top 45 by all the advanced metrics, and it was a complete domination of a performance. Still not 100% clean, and don't you worry, like Dr. Pimple Popper, we're going to get all in and we're going to examine all those ugly little cysts of that game. But overall, pretty clean. I'm happy with Florida State stuff. Couple days later, what do you guys think? Kevin, Adam, have you guys gotten a chance to rewatch it? I never do. I wait for you smart guys for my rewatch, and I do it in front of the people. What do you think? Still feel the same way you did after the game, Kev?
Yeah, I think I've been obsessively checking the advanced analytics to see kind of, this past weekend, it's going to weigh in. LSU blew out Auburn. Virginia Tech's offense actually looks like
they look better.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to continue to improve, which is going to make the game against Virginia Tech, make FSU's defense look even better. I mean, Florida State's defense, I think, jumped up like 20 points from like a mid-30s to like a teens level defense, according to a lot of those advanced analytics. And I think that just goes to show that they had a rough first few games, but they have a kind of ceiling that not many teams can hit. And you don't see that kind of performance against an offense like Syracuse very often.
No, it was kind of similar to how we're always kind of chasing the dragon of that high of that second half of the LSU for the offense. Like, this defense, dude, this is the type of performance that we should be chasing for the rest of the year. Confident, communication was well, positionally in the right place, attacking, and a lot of guys that you've been kind of waiting for the light switch to flip. Like a guy like Shyheim Brown, things of that nature, they look good, dude. It's all starting to click, man. And as you've pointed out before, and I think Brendan has as well, Norvell teams tend to get better as the year goes on. Keep an eye out, man. This Florida State squad, undefeated and making some noise. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. First off, go Phillies.
Is that why you're off staring vacantly into the camera like Vincent D'Onofrio from Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah, I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine, buddy.
I am a fanatic. So, it's on the background and give my full attention once the film gets started.
Okay.
I'm wearing orange tonight since I had to miss the incident. I apologize.
Rules are rules, dude.
Literally, somebody in the freaking comment section is going to be wanting to know why I've got an orange shirt on. So I'll just let you know. Self-discipline, I'm holding myself accountable. Mike would be proud. And I want to shout out D Bear Knoll, because I did put on the message board that if somebody signed up for Battle's End tonight, I would shout them out. So D Bear Knoll, I'm going to shout you out. Thank you. That's always helpful for the football program. Oh yes, dingers for days, baby. Okay.
What'd you think of the football game, dude?
The football game was beautiful. It was beautiful. I was frustrated in the moment, because that's what I do. I get into my fandom during the game time, and I was aggravated at some of the short yardage stuff, because I don't know why Mike keeps getting himself in these fixated with wanting to be in these 13 personnel packages and do crazy stuff and run from tight formations. But then, as I rewatched and sat back and thought, I said today to in the group chat, and I was like, yeah, they definitely put that Wildcat on film for Duke to prepare for. There's no doubt in my mind about that. So, yeah, I mean, coming back from the game, what the hell out of them? I mean, it is what it is. They look good. There's still things they got to clean up, but I think they're close. I think they're really close to taking off. If that offensive,
we talked. Go ahead.
Yeah, if that offensive line can gel, and it really felt like as the game went on, they kind of dialed in on the group that they wanted out there.
Yep.
If that group can become their nucleus, and you're able to mix in, whatever that package is with Jones and Meach and Darius fitting in there and Bless fitting in somewhere too, like it throughout the game, I think they're really close. really think they're close to taking off.
And we pointed out during prior film reviews, it'd be a missed block here. You didn't hold up long enough, or you whiffed on your second level after the double team.
Yeah.
It wasn't complete, like utter like domination as to why the running game wasn't working. You have some talent on that offensive line, and they were close.
Yeah.
And they're starting to tighten the screws up more and more and more, especially in the second half of games. Your run game is really what is allowing you to take these games that were one-score games in the first half of the season, and they're allowing you to just brain a pretty decent team in Syracuse. So let's turn on the film and let's take a look at it.
Yeah,
I don't
think it's any big surprise that they were able to get counter going in this game again. It seemed like, and we're going to watch it again because I didn't pay that close of attention to it when I rewatched, but it felt like Syracuse was not going to spill counter, which I don't know why teams wouldn't spill counter against Florida State based on what's been out there, but defensive structures, it is what it is. It felt like they got inside zone going, and they were able to hang their hat on that, and then they were able to build their run game off of it, and that makes a big difference. So
the one play in the series in the second half, I feel like they ran it after the big Jaheim Bell catch. I feel like they ran it 4 times in a row, and then Jordan finally pulled off of it, and it was nice, dude. Norvell will go to it. Yeah, just right up there. Anyway, film on. It looks like Syracuse is trying to attack FSU on the perimeter on that first play, which they watched the Virginia Tech film.
Bring me that blitz. Staple of Adam Fuller's blitz package right there.
Yeah, just a late safety roll.
Bringing that buck. Yep.
They're rolling one. That man across the field. It looks like actually he's kind of in a zone drop, so that might just be him.
I think it's still man though. Look,
yeah.
Like it, but
and good awareness by Farmer here. I'll eat my words. I was kind of not optimistic about Farmer. He's the one that keeps that play from. I mean, there's potential here, right?
He's been your second best defensive lineman the entire season. Right? Would you guys agree?
Completely agree. Him and Fisk are I mean they've played.
Yeah, I would say it's Jared Verse, and then it's Josh Farmer after that for across the entire defensive line. He's looked really good.
All right.
Communicating things well, which you'd like to see.
Yeah, so
I've seen that been an issue in the past, but they really communicate well.
So you see here, important note. So Syracuse they're motioning to a stack. Then you see AZ, I think, or is this Cypress? Cypress give a kind of stack call. Yeah. So now they're kind of banjoing these guys. So he's going to take first one in. He's going to take first one out.
But even Renardo sending Jerry on across the formation, like just throughout the whole thing, like they're communicating very well there.
It's so much better than last year, dude.
Yep. I mean, we said in the offseason that we felt like a new secondary coach would make a big difference. And I don't think it's any big secret now that some of the guys in that secondary had kind of tuned Marcus Woodson out. So,
and you could tell too, even a play like that, the teams would have feasted against Florida State on. We talked about all the trouble they had in bunch sets where communication was muddled, and all the catches that teams are making on Florida State this year, there's a defender in the area, and it's usually just a really good throw or a really good catch.
Yeah, they're making it harder to move the ball every week. I think they learned that from the Clemson game, right? Kind of take away some of that underneath stuff and force difficult completions.
That's nice right there from Keon.
All right, was it this game where they kind of go back to this deep hitch and it almost gets undercut?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's
it's the one. Concept. It's the he double clutches it.
Right, and it allows another defender. But that's a pretty common man beater they use, just kind of get some space, easy completion, timing route.
Nice little error around here.
I like this by JT. I think earlier in the season he might have just kind of held onto this ball and tried to hit this, but hit the first down.
No,
I think
good,
the coverage helps to get him throwing the ball up under, into the shorter routes too.
Yeah, and like you said, Kev, that's one of those plays before in those situations that's where fans were pulling their hair out. That's progression right there. Take the profit, live to fight another day. Going empty here. Jordan always looks pretty good at empty.
So Syracuse living in man free. Florida State's had trouble winning this matchup, especially with off corners. Syracuse expecting the deep ball and just asking if JT's willing to kind of check it underneath. Or say it doesn't matter if you're playing off coverage with a safety in the middle of the field.
Oh my god, dude! Please, I'm gonna miss him so much. I'm gonna miss him because we were all talking before about this game because Johnny Wilson wasn't playing. It was like, all right, so whose game is it gonna be? They're obviously gonna be all eyes on Coleman. Is it gonna be Bell? Is it gonna be Douglas? No, dude, it's Coleman's game. You just can't stop him, man. He's just too good, even when all eyes are on him.
I need
This
him
was
being
a little
better with
concerning.
this though. Like,
yeah, a little loose with
he
the
should
ball.
be feasting on these screen on these little now routes, these little screens. Like they've got to continue to get it out there to him, and they've got to get him just getting north south and taking positive yards.
Yeah, he does a little dancing, and I think it kind of has bitten him in the tail a couple times on the punt returns.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see that if that dancing works, he gets an open space, it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah,
But I mean, a lot of times these are free 5 yards. Like, just go take the 5.
it's an extension of your running.
And
game,
you're
right?
big. I mean, he's a big physical player. Like, go be big and physical.
Yep. What's interesting to me is I'm surprised that they haven't tried to get Jaheim Bell involved in more of those kind of routes. Get him moving. He's a running back.
Yeah.
Or he was last year a part-time running back. Get him moving forward against some of these defensive backs.
Yeah, they motion him into the play, and then who's leading the way there? Is that Byers?
Morlock, Kentron does a nice job on the corner. Morlock does a nice job, and then Byers comes around, cleans it up. This is good angles.
Who's he blocking?
He ends up blocking
the corner. Yeah, the blocker kind of blocks. The corner kind of blocks himself.
Yeah, he does. But it's a good job by Kentron. They're playing man, so that dude's running with them.
This is kind of what Byers does best, and I'm kind of glad you're going to it. He's an athletic freak. I think he does some of the smaller things not as well, but I mean, you see how well he moves out in space for a 300-pound man.
Got right out in front of it. That's nice, and that's good from the backside too to block that up. Nice play.
Yeah, that feels like they've kind of learned from their strength. Maybe not try to run through the middle of this offensive line.
I mean, they're going to run inside zone right there, and
that's true.
Just botch the
bad snap.
Botch a snap. Yeah, a couple of those showed up. I'm not sure what. Well, was there a nose? Felt like the nose. Felt like the nose gave him some issues in this game.
It was the little fire hydrant guy that Dane and I talked about. Yeah, which that does do that really does, like, as a center, it really does kind of mess with you. You really got to lock in to do both.
Yep. Yeah, get it back your technique. Your feet are a little quick, or your hands are a little quick getting up and messes with the snap.
3rd and 1.
Yeah, you need to make that tackle. Who is that? I think that's
Bethune.
Yeah. Oh, he's coming back from an injury there. So.
Week 1, he would have made that tackle. So it's just like that running back for Syracuse was very.
Yeah, he was tough.
Man, this is good switch coverage.
Hands up all day. Nice loop. Good hands up.
They are so good at that, Adam. And from like that, they're taught so well. Like so many batted balls this year.
Yeah. Malcolm Rail, a nice little team up there. He loops outside, pulls a guard with him. Pat Payton's able to beat it across his face, and they send a guy at the center to make sure he gets accounted for also. It's good stuff inside. It's good line play.
It's good coverage too. So you got, again, a stacked formation, something FSU struggled with last year. And just a little slant route. But I think that adjustment we talked about it in the second half of the Clemson game, they're going to be tight on these routes. They're going to make them hard. And even if this doesn't get swatted, I really don't think Syracuse is getting a completion here.
I like the awareness by Akeem too to cover that running back coming out of the flat after they kind of got not beat up from Virginia Tech. But that's the only thing that they could do well. That's really good total defense right there. And Peyton's so good at batting down balls. Jordan's hanging on the ball a while here.
Yeah, see, I really wanted to go back and watch this. So you see kind of what Syracuse is doing. They've kind of been playing this really off man coverage this whole game.
3rd and 10 as well. So
I guess this is probably zone here.
Mm-hmm.
And at a certain point, like
he's got He's got to take the crosser and be content with the crosser trying to make something happen as opposed to holding on the ball.
Right. Exactly. So you got to think that I kind of talked about this in the instant, right? So when you're reading a play, it's often like you got the deepest route, then the intermediate route, then the underneath route. So like 1, 2, 3, you need to be able to get, okay, deep route's not there, intermediate route's not there, hit him here.
Even on 3rd and 10, though, Kev, with down and distance being a factor.
Yeah, I mean, if the other routes aren't open, you still have to get the ball out of your hands.
True. Okay, that's fair. Just wanted to, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I mean, that's why it's the third route. But if they've got everything else covered, you give them a chance to get a first down.
It's better than a sack, right? Destin Hill in space is much better than a sack.
And it's Jordan Travis too. If he gets out here and starts running around, you never know what happens. So
and he kind of, you could tell, like, you're right by the line of scrimmage. You think he's going to run and see what he can do, and then it's like, I got to pass, and then I got to, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, right? He's fighting. He's fighting that natural run instinct a little bit.
Yeah, I think Syracuse kind of had you there, and
yeah, good defense.
You could have taken a chance with the underneath route, but probably not the end of the world.
No, you lost that possession when you got yourself to 3rd and 10.
Right.
And then Shrader didn't do anything this game on the ground.
Yeah, which is really surprising. They did a really good job closing this up.
Look at Peyton. Good job Turner disengaging there.
Yeah, we've seen before.
He's become a player. Shout out to JP.
Yeah, for sure. Tzatziki John, we love you, brother. Yeah, that's one where Florida State has gotten gashed, even in this past season, with a quarterback taking that alley. And good job, Byron Turner, disengaging, man.
They're just doing a lot better job of playing gap sound. Like, they're in their gaps. They're controlling their gaps.
Yeah, they're more confident. It doesn't feel like they're pressing for sacks. They're okay with getting deflections and pressures.
Great coverage, Thomas. He's come on the past couple weeks, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about AZ Thomas playing like this on a 6'6" wide receiver out in space, and he's your third best corner right now. That's a recipe for good man coverage.
Who's that jumping the drag on the backside? Is it Dent in there or is it Hussey in there?
Yeah.
You just see, I'm not sure who it is. I'm going to assume it's Dent.
It is Dent.
It's nice to see him coming up and driving on this ball because that's.
Only question is.
Yeah.
It's on him.
Nice, dude. Good.
If we're playing man coverage, someone's not picking this guy up.
Well, check release. That can be tricky.
Yeah, especially when you're bringing the house. I mean, this is kind of the risk you run when you blitz 6. There's a guy uncovered.
Speed up that clock, though. Maybe without that pressure, who knows if Shrader actually locates that guy coming off the check release, like you said. There's give and take, right? There's no panacea for everything.
Yeah, I'm not used to opposing quarterbacks not seeing that against Florida State. See, this is what we're talking about. Like, it's hard to criticize Keon Coleman too much for his punt returns because later in the game, but here it's like take the 5-10 yards.
I just want the 5 and 10 on the screens. They're free.
Yeah, on the punt, you let the now Campbell, dude, nice run.
Little outside run, little outside zone, breaks an arm tackle.
Yeah, I really like
nice
Campbell.
job, but not great.
Outside zone, yeah. Jones gets beat a little, or Smith gets beat a little bit. There in the middle.
What's Casey doing?
Probably blocking
the eternal question.
Well, he just
he blocks back on the guy.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I think he helps out with Smith.
Yep. He overtakes an egg. That dude's on the stunt, so he ends up overtaking it.
Okay.
I think that's the right move.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, Rob's expecting it, and he's looking there, and then the kid goes, he crosses Roddick's face. And then so then Rob's a little slow, and that's why Campbell has to break an arm tackle or run through an arm tackle there.
All right, 2nd and 10.
They get better as the game goes on, though. I felt like they clean things up. Chris had asked Mike a question about it. Mike was pretty blunt. Like, the offensive line played really well in their estimations.
I think in ours too, man, especially that second half. Hey, in breaking route over to middle, we like this, right, boys?
Yeah, it's like a little dagger concept.
Need to keep seeing it.
So you're essentially running off this guy and taking the outside leverage from this corner, beating him inside. Yeah. Pretty classic. I mean, it's a cover 4 beater, but it's also a man beater in this situation.
Kentron was working hard blocking this game.
It really was. So I don't think he got any touches, but he played a kind of football that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but you take it.
His touches are going to come.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a matter of time with the Norvell offense. Everybody does get their turn eventually. Good pass protection here.
A great job. Jones misses the initial
rush.
I
punch
thought
there.
it looked pretty good.
Well,
for a
it
little
does.
bit.
He's got to do something with the ball here.
Maybe
I
the
think that's the
interior.
throw.
We'd like maybe like to have Mo hold up a little bit more, but that's a lot of time for those guys to block.
Again, this is one of those situations where, all right, your first read is generally, the deep read is generally pre-snap or like first drop. Then you're looking intermediate. Nothing's there. You need to hit this guy.
And to his credit, he does later, and Benson drops it.
Right, yeah. He makes the
Okay.
adjustment in the second half, and the offense starts moving the football. But you take Trey Benson here to get this 6 yards, you know?
Oh, absolutely. So you get a little head of steam. Yeah, and like you said, he makes the adjustment, he makes the play. So it's refreshing to see. They don't fail and keep doing the same wrong thing over and over. And Cotton Fitzsimmons. The redemption of Cotton Fitzsimmons, guys. Money. I love him.
Oh, they stole this from the VT playbook.
Man, I don't think we
Omar
play
Graham's
these
a
very
little slow
well.
getting out there.
Yeah, Omar Graham is slow.
And Hussey's a little slow filling too.
Yeah, to be fair, they're in man free. So
Yes,
he
they
is a
are,
deep
but
safety.
To be fair, is this like the fourth possession of the game where we kind of do the mass subs? Like, our team's kind
Omar
of
Graham's
keen on
gotta
that
be-
now.
Omar Graham's got to be out there. He's way too slow getting out there.
Yeah, that's on Graham.
Adam, do you have any thoughts on the substitution patterns? I mean, it's hard. I don't really either because they're wearing down teams.
Pays off in the end game. There's so much data out there that supports getting guys reps. Way too much has been made of it. I mean,
I think so.
Does it get frustrating in the moment? Sure, but
I'll say another thing. This is a small thing, but Vance does a good job. He needs to win to the corner, but he also needs to put up a fight inside somewhat.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just
can't
concede
turn your back on it.
that space.
Yep. But he's expecting guys to fit in there, and they didn't. So
right.
that's cool.
Graham needs to understand that you've got a safety rolling here, so his responsibility now becomes the thing.
Can we also talk about the fact that they were getting in the huddle? Syracuse, that is, was getting in the huddle, and Shrader was literally like just talking to all the guys. And at 13 seconds on the play clock is when they were calling the play and lining up.
Oh, this is one he wants back, I think, right?
Yeah, so you got man coverage. He's coming down late. You'd like to see him just kind of make this tackle.
And he's got it. I remember this play specifically. He's got it in him, but that is still a ton of green space for Syracuse's best player. Third down. That's one that, I mean, he's made that play earlier in this year. The more he's on the field, he's going to make that play consistently. But that's just what freshman lumps, right, Adam?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Well, there's probably some conversations like he's been a little over aggressive coming forward sometimes, and that can have its own problems. But yeah, it's finding the balance.
Yeah, you're gonna figure that out. All right, so Syracuse has a little bit of a drive here.
Let's see.
Then they decided to line up in the I formation over and over again.
Yeah, they did.
I don't even. Syracuse had no interest in being there. None.
They really didn't.
I don't want to discredit the win by saying that, but
no, I think you could tell. I was concerned.
On the play at 13 seconds on the play clock, getting in the eye for 4 plays in a row randomly. Yeah, it was just weird.
I thought that they were going to they were trying to make it ugly as opposed to just shortening the game and trying to get out of there if they weren't really within striking distance. I thought they were trying to do a BC thing. And then as Babers called the game and they continued to do it, they're playing for the rest of their. They started playing for the rest of their season at the beginning of the third quarter, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
so something kind of weird here is I think so everybody's in man across the board. You see Verse drop out in coverage, but kind of miss his man. I think he's supposed to pick up the back here.
Well, he might be overplaying the wheel. You never know. It's hard to.
Yeah. And the back is open there. Shrader doesn't see it. So that's something to watch out for if teams are going to be able to hit this.
First doesn't exactly probably know the nuances of that drop. Like if you watch on the other side, the backer drop, like he's looking the wall and then
yeah.
Like I think Verse is trying to get underneath the number one.
He's running in the
number one, and then
who's running in Shrader's face like this? Maybe he was the one who affected the play.
Yeah, you're right.
Who is that guy coming late? Is that Shaheem?
I think that's Brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
This dude straight up, man. I love it. It's like the Jameis Winston, like broom, like QB drill. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, and they get 3 points.
Oh, it's a shame too.
First and
Shut
last
up,
points. Yeah, dude. I'm over expecting that. This is good in breaking route. Get the ball in your guys' hands.
Right. If they're gonna be this far off, kind of give an easy completion. It's just a clear out. He's going there the whole time.
Yeah.
If JT's eyes aren't coming down fast enough, you need to kind of be able to call those plays.
Good adjustment, dude. Nice. Good third down conversion. Good pickup. Not a vertical ball. Here's a vertical ball.
Beautiful double move.
And
I believe it's a sluggo, right? Slant and go.
And the play, at least directly before it on the condensed, man, they're good at setting this stuff up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they set it up nicely. Normally they wait like a series or two to like establish it, but that's within the same drive. And with Keon Coleman, it's the type of hesitation you can put in a DB's like heart. It's very nice, dude.
Yeah, here we go. Great, bottom of the screen.
Great called drive. This team's awesome at response.
It's really more of like kind of looks like they're kind of showing that dagger concept more than they're doing a slant. You know, this is 10, 15 yards downfield.
Which they've been hitting during the game. Either way, the in-breaking route, the guy just sells his soul on it. And the team's great at responding, and Norvell's great at calling a response drive.
What's interesting is, I'm not a college football coach, but I don't think I would ever run cover 2 against Florida State.
Why do you say that?
Cover 2 is just, if you're going to design the worst coverage for defending the deep ball, it'd be cover 2, right? Cover 3, you naturally have an extra person deep. Cover 4, you have 2 extra people deep. I don't know. Cover 2 just leaves these big old holes here. Just in general. So with cover 2, you expect him to be able to bite because he has this safety over the top of him.
They hold it with the post, though.
They hold it with a post, which I don't understand because it looks like they're playing some kind of Tampa 2. Is this middle linebacker's dropping into?
I'm sure JT's influencing that with his eyes, though. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's looking right here.
Yeah.
Great play, man.
And they had thrown that whole shot earlier, and he missed it, if you recall.
To Bell, he overshot him. That's right.
He overthrew it, so.
Right, yeah. He's looking here. This safety's going to bite. Yeah, that's really nice.
Just wide ass open.
And great protection.
And awesome throw. Everything. Bam, bam, bam.
I don't think he faded away on that one either.
No.
Which has been a big talking point.
Yeah, he stepped through it.
I'm starting to think he does that when he wants to put more velocity on the ball.
Fade away?
Mm-hmm.
Is that common?
No,
it don't look.
Nothing I've ever taught as a quarterback coach, but
I do think they teach him to throw off platform.
God, look at this guy right here, big man.
The whole play. I didn't think he had it in, but I'm telling you right now, sucker's making some money.
There he is.
And then here we go. All right, madam. Pause your baseball game for a little bit. And I want you to take your mind back to where you were on Saturday because you were a fun group chat partner to be with.
No, I was freaking livid after this.
You were so mad, dude.
Livid.
And I'm not going to lie, I kind of feel bad for Garrett Shrader. I think he's a player.
Was it limit after this one, or was it after the Wildcat play? Oh,
You're more the Wildcat. I think
like this, like they don't show it. Like Span's going to score if Jaheim Bell blocks anybody on first down play.
And then Benson makes the drop.
Second down play, Benson drops it, and then this Morlock drops it. Like,
Morlock doesn't even go
that
for
mad
it
after this series of plays.
See, dude, I think the only one that if I don't think any of them are really questionable. I guess the fourth down one got a lot of people mad. I would, if you know you're going to go for it on fourth anyway, I probably would have run it here.
Yeah.
I think I would have done an inside zone. I think I would have done like inside zone read. You know what I'm saying?
I think this is a situation where they're working on some stuff.
I mean, gosh,
what do you think,
Morlock
Kev?
needs to catch this ball, right? Like,
you got to fight through it, dude. You're a
that's
big, strong guy.
Yeah, you got to catch.
You got man coverage on a safety, a decent ball here. This needs to be completed.
He's got to do a better job of getting separation at the top of that route too. Like, you're throwing the stiff arm out there, my man. Like, come on. And then somebody runs a wrong route here. Somebody does something wrong. Yeah, I think Mike talked about it in his Monday presser. Like, some of they had some miscommunications down here, but
yeah, I don't think that they want Jaheim Bell blocking all the way here. It's kind of weird that there's no routes going this way.
Yeah, it's all one-way traffic, right? Yeah.
I don't think he's supposed to wall quite that much, but
yeah, he kind of just.
That's a typical sprint protection.
Yeah. So when I was after the game, I was thinking like maybe they wanted him to press this line. You force guys to come up, open up throws. There's no way he could get there.
No, there's somebody does something wrong here.
And he fading away and firing it off pretty quick at him. There's something to what you said.
Yeah, I think when he's trying to get more velo, this is what he does. And especially, like, somebody definitely does something wrong because you got two guys in the exact same spot standing next to each other down here.
Yeah, that play's dead. It's just poor execution. You can't, it's hard to even critique the play call because it's not anywhere what the coach drew it up to look like.
I mean, overall, I think people were livid about them going 4th and 5 there. Like, I think it's a good call, personally.
No, with this defense, especially the way they're playing, when you're in the red zone, man, go for it all the time. I've never had a problem with Norvell's game management.
Well, I know some people that'll make a big stink about it.
Not us.
Been vehemently wrong about most of their takes. So
it sounds like
it's just such a mind. You're an aggressive team. You trust your offense.
Yeah. And you trust your defense. You trust your defense too.
And you're beating this team 17-3. Like, you already know you're going to beat these dudes 41-3. They've shown you that they're going to allow you to do that. Like, it's okay to go out there and be aggressive. People want to nitpick every freaking decision without putting any nuance into it.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't work, so it's not a good call. But if that scored, people are like, don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Is that the noise?
The Syracuse punter was better than their coverage unit.
Sucks,
I wish he would have housed one. I wish he would have got one in the end zone.
I know.
That was the one he freaking got shoestringed.
Yeah, and then this one got backed up anyway because this is the double Hussey penalty.
I didn't like Brendan talking about that he had a little temper tantrum on the sideline.
Who did?
That was a young freshman Hussey. I guess he was inconsolable on the sideline. That's what Brendan and Chris were talking about on OTB.
Well, if that's true, they put him back out there. So
they did put him back out there, which is good to see. I guess that's kind of been a staple for him, which is, want to see him grow up a little bit.
I don't know, man. I don't know about analyzing every single thing that happens on a football sideline.
No. And they were not doing that.
They're not. They're not. No, those guys are always very perceptive. I just mean the tendency to break down a lot of that stuff to where if you've never been, especially if you've never been on a team like that, there are some things that look very odd to like the outside observer that are, number one, happen every single football practice or 100% normal in the locker room, and two, can be very galvanizing.
Absolutely.
And also, like, emotion, it's fine to play with emotion. Don't play like a dumbass. Don't play like the entirety of the Miami team against UNC. Like, play within yourself. Like, don't be idiots about it.
Don't be Miami. That's the bottom line. Don't be Miami.
There's a lot of reasons to not be Miami. But yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. there's almost a
Young-
tendency to
young
zapruder
kids, man, young
everything when you're
kids.
good, right?
Yeah.
When you're bad, everything's more obvious. When you're playing real good, but there's that mythical potential just kind of like out there in the ether that you're reaching for. This has been a very critical year for a 6-0 team, which, and we've done it too, because we got to have something to analyze.
Forefront of that.
Yeah, we're not, our hands aren't clean there, but just interesting. Yeah. People that play the game know what I'm talking about.
So this is
what do we see here? This is nice productive run from Benson. What are they doing up front, Kev?
So you hit 2 or 3 of these 10+ yard throws, right? You have the Keon, the 2 catches, you have the the dagger route we were showing earlier. And now look at this. There's no one within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. There's 4 people here. Their linebackers are 7 yards off the ball.
It's Norvell's dream, dude. This is why he throws the verts.
Right. So that's what the deep ball, when you do complete it, opens up for you. And when Trey Benson can get to that point and not be touched, I'm not convinced there's a better running back in the country.
I'm with you, dude. Just that little 3 to 4 yards past the line of scrimmage, head of steam. He looks like an entirely different player.
Syracuse was entirely outgapped. There was no way they had any chance against that play because they're so worried about the throw.
What are they doing up front here, Adam? What kind of blocking scheme is it?
That's just inside zone.
Is it?
Yeah.
Just
outside zone last play. I mean, they're just running their zone stuff, getting a good read. That kid's playing up the field, so they don't want Jordan beating them, which is interesting. I think right now, if I was a team defending Florida State, I would want Jordan running the ball more.
Yep. Oh, here you go.
So this was a screw up front. They wanted, I think I don't remember if it's Jones or Meach. It's in at right guard. Should be blocking a man on his head. He lets him go loose because they thought they had a zone call on or a gap call. And should have been a man call. And
no, the kid just knifes right through. Yeah.
Because if you see down here at the bottom, like if Bell runs, and there was a ton of miscommunication pre-snap for this play, like all kinds of nonsense. But when you look down here at the bottom, I'm pretty sure this is going to go for 6 if they block that kid.
Look here. Yeah.
You're going to get a block here. Lundy's going to lead through the hole. They've got it walled off pretty good.
There's something there. Yeah. But this guy knifes through so fast that.
Yeah. Because of a miscue up front. So a miscall.
You didn't like it at the time, though. How do you feel about it now? You think they should have just been outside zone, or do you like them putting this on tape?
Yeah, I'm good with it because I think it's smart to get it on tape. I think you're going to have to run the football, and I think you're going to need to be effective, especially running the football in the red zone against Duke. So make them plan for this kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So you're fine with it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was pretty frustrated at the time.
Well, yeah.
Because I thought you could just line up and run your normal stuff against them and not get in these 13 personnel packages and load the box up. This offensive line doesn't move people like.
No, I think we've established they're better, I think, with a light box and a spread out formation and just more clear reads, clear running, less guys like clunking up the line of scrimmage, at least right now. I'm with you. I still think that holds to be true.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, you want to be able to use Jaheim Bell in short yardage situations.
Hey,
dude, we have been talking about the perimeter being kind of open for business for Florida State at the beginning of the year. Look at Jerry Jones. Look at Omar Graham. Look at Gilbert Edmond out there, dude. That is
Jerry does a nice job of setting the point up the field. We saw Greedy earlier. Not that Greedy did it wrong, but he just wasn't able to get up the field quite as much as Jarian is here, and he just makes a mess for it. He turns it back inside.
And Jarian's got a lot more help. If you remember on that play, those two guys, 36 and 19, weren't there. That's good, dude. And then Thomas disengages and
that's that's a good adjustment.
Yeah, they are playing very physical. I don't think you want to play this defense right now. Maybe Duke's going to go light them up for 400 yards and 30 points.
Duke's got 400 yards against a Power 5 opponent this year.
I'm just Okay, just try not to jinx them. All right.
I'm with you. Keep going. Keep doing
I'm a
the
jinxy
fan
kind of
stuff.
guy. Okay.
You are. Yes, you are. Yes,
But,
you are. You say what you got to say, Big Papa.
No,
And this is
I
a
think
tough matchup.
This front gets after you. These linebackers are playing more confident. This secondary is playing physical as hell. Like I think this is a good group.
So this is about as well drawn up of a play as you can have. They know when they get stacks. We've seen them go to stacks several times. The FSU is going to do this kind of banjo here, where this guy takes the first guy in, this guy takes the first guy out. You can see he's got inside leverage, right? So he's inside this wide receiver. So the wide receiver stems inside and then breaks outside, knowing that he's got good leverage on him on an outbreaking route. You can see Jones does a really good job of recovering and making. I mean, that window was this big, you know.
It's tight. And that's a 6'4", 6'5" kid. Like he
Listed at 6'6".
He's able to play. Yeah, he's able to play high and make a basketball play on the football. Like not everybody can do that.
If you're forcing a rollout throw into that window, you're not going to get too many first downs.
No, and they didn't. That's what we were talking about earlier. There's a stack formation. Florida State was awful at those last year. And look at that.
Tatum with a nice open field tackle.
Yeah, so you're playing a box coverage here. Their box.
I mean, let's be honest. Syracuse sucked. Like what they're rolling out there offensively in this game was not great.
They had I think they did one trick play, but no, it didn't. I don't know, dude. Like it just, from my eyes, it didn't seem like they were dying to win this game. Now, Florida State also sucked the life out of it. And it's hits like this that made Dino pull their starting quarterback in the fourth quarter.
Watch this big man close. Like, look at that.
Oof.
And that hurts your feelings.
I mean, if you're an offensive coordinator and you know this team can just straight lock up man on you, what do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really an answer.
There's going to be teams that you're going to just go out there and play man-to-man on, and they're going to find ways to exploit that from time to time throughout the course of a game, but can they do it 5 drives? Can they do it 6 drives and be consistent?
I mean, how many times
finish
can
those drives,
get away with offensive pass interference?
Destin, this is good.
Yeah. Happy to see him take the underneath route here too.
Right. This is exactly what we're talking about. We're saying on 3rd and 10, you were kind of in trouble before. They did a good job covering it up. Being in 3rd and 5 allows you to hit this underneath route, get the first down.
It's free.
But adjustments, right? In-game adjustments. He sees that. He makes the play. I think he hits it again here. Just take it. And I think hopefully that's a development, right? Hopefully that's something Jordan Travis can kind of carry forward with him. Like, hey, I'll take the 10 yards. We'll live to fight another day.
Oh.
Yeah, that hurts.
Just can't have that happen on a 3-man pressure, right, Adam?
No.
The worst hit he took all game on a 3-man pressure at the end.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Rob's
think?
coming back. Rob's coming back from some stuff. Like that.
Should Jordan have climbed
try not to be overly critical.
Right. Should Jordan have climbed the pocket there a little bit more? It seems like he's not stepping up as much as maybe he did last year. Like he's staying in the pocket, but I don't feel like he's stepping up a lot. What do you think?
Maybe he could feel that. But again, I think it's there pretty quick.
That's a good. Yeah, this
is
a good play by the defender.
He's going to unleash to somebody. Like I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I think Rob just gets beat. Like he's still recovering. Like he gets pulled. He gets jerked down there. It's a nice move by the kid.
Yeah, that ain't on Jordan. You're right. He beats him pretty quick off the line, and he's not expecting that to happen on a 3-man front either.
No,
so
good God.
All right, first half, Jordan's back out there.
Yeah, I was a little frustrated at this point because, I mean, in my mind, you take this like first
on
down
5.
Yeah, but
I mean, if you can throw
Backer's got his back turned to you, like I mean, you're taught to throw it. He can't see the ball.
Yeah, so Syracuse is in that same Tampa too. So there's 2 safeties back here. This middle linebacker carries, and you've got a little pocket here. And he hits it.
Yep. Late hands by Bell, like it's really good. That's good passing game. Like, but that guy's got his back turn. He doesn't know the ball's there. You
Wait,
give him
I
late
just
hands,
wanna-
you're gonna make a play on it.
I
Yeah,
just want
great
to
throw,
pause.
man.
When he throws the ball,
Yeah, when he throws this football,
yeah,
let's see where Bell is.
this is great anticipation.
So when he look at this, that's insane. He fully trusts his guy to get open at this point in time. This doesn't look like an open receiver to mortals.
Kellen Moore-esque, huh, Kev?
Yeah, this is the thing of like, yeah, Jordan Travis isn't lighting up the scorecard, but I mean, throws like that will win you football games.
And to be honest with you, outside of Coleman and Wilson, he ain't been getting a lot of help from his receivers on those completion numbers, dude. There's at least 4 drops every single game, right?
Yeah, this is probably the best game in terms of drops.
I think they had 3 or 4 in the game, actually.
Yeah,
really?
Benson had about 3 himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a bad game. Like, so his completion numbers look pedestrian. Number one, they don't have to be Herculean for them to win because of everything else they're doing, but he ain't getting help out from his receivers a lot either.
You're rushing
Bell just
3
doesn't
and
block
you're
anybody
peeling
here.
off. Rushing 4 and these guys are peeling off. Oh, who misses that block? Is that
I think it's Bell. It's hard to know.
no? It's
I don't know what
Jones.
Bell's looking for.
I think it's Jones.
Okay. Yeah, Jones is really slow getting out there.
Yeah, this is not his strength.
These
guys, they somehow sniff these screens out though, so
they haven't looked at them all year, right, Adam?
No,
just any
great.
screens. Not that I remember. Running
nothing-
back,
nothing
receiver,
fantastic.
particularly. Man, great protection. Ugh.
There's a drop.
This is exactly the play I was talking about earlier. It's come back. 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10.
This Ja'Kai.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
kind
it
of
is
get a
Ja'Kai.
clear out. They're giving you the underneath. AT learned. He checks down. He does exactly what he's supposed to do.
Great throw in stride.
He's just
Probably.
looking to get up the field.
Yeah, it's just can't do that.
Nope.
I think Douglas kind of slowed down. I don't know. Just based off what JT's saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Master Mono. They got lucky here. He missed this punt. I think it's supposed to be over here.
The Aussie doesn't mess it. He doesn't make mistakes.
No mistakes, just right. Ugh. All right, stop him. 3rd and 8.
Turner.
Yeah, you take that in 3rd and 8.
Yeah, it's a nice job. He doesn't really commit to the spill here.
Yeah, I mean, no one's upset of it.
Then he throws the guy by, and
Yeah, that's a really great play by
He's good at
by Byron Turner.
disengaging. He's good at disengaging the offensive
yeah, but need
lineman.
him to commit to the spill there. Like, it looks as though he's supposed to spill this based on where Deloach is at, and like he needs to.
Yeah, he probably gets a little lucky. He can manhandle that guy.
Yeah,
He needs to crash it here.
He needs to get underneath that thing, make it bounce.
Okay.
People want to criticize him.
I'm pretty sure he's supposed to, based on where Deloach is at, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. They always seem to spill counter. So
Yeah.
People want to criticize the light box. They're in the light box right here. There's 2 deep safeties. 3rd and 8, it makes sense. But you expect your guys to be able to, maybe give up a few yards with this, but still stop the run.
Oh baby.
Oh baby.
Phillies are cooking. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, we watched that play like 4 times. So I did speak to Adam on the 4th.
I enjoyed that
don't
play.
know.
Though. I enjoyed that play.
Not a ho baby type, but is this
It's
what?
nice to see. It's nice to see Turner. Like, I mean, if you recall in the spring, it was like, "Are we gonna be able to count on this young man?"
He's getting more comfortable. Like I said, the team is gelling at the right time. That's a fun. I like that.
I like that. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's JT just out there kind of having fun on his own.
Yeah, dude, get it to Bell, who's looks good running, block, disengage, boop. There you go. Make a guy miss.
Good stuff happens. He looks like crap running. He looks like he's gonna poop himself. Come on, man.
That's
he's
called
trying to get
running
his
with
little-
urgency.
He's the slowest looking athletic dude I've
Hey, dude, listen. When have you ever
Look at
run
this.
faster in your life when you were about to
I've
dump in your
never run
pants?
faster.
That's
Dude
a
could swim
lie.
in a race, but come on,
Adam,
man.
dude,
Come
listen.
on. Look at this.
I know.
He's trying to get going. He's trying to do like a little high
at
knee
this man.
situation.
Adam, we eat the same. I know you're on the verge of crap in your pants at least multiple times a
Absolutely.
week. That's when you're at your most dangerous.
This is great. I remember thinking that during the game. I'm like, oh my God, this dude is so athletic and he looks so slow. He's not me. He's a stud.
This is just a lot outside zone, right?
Yeah.
With just Syracuse kind of doing stunts up front, jumping gaps, kind of messing up the zone, but and you get Benson moving forward.
Up to
It
speed, man.
Makes a big difference.
So I think it's kind of interesting. I think in this game, I don't know if it's hard to tell if this is how much of this is matchup dependent. But they've gone to a lot more zone plays that I've seen in this game. I mean, have we seen counter once?
Not on the not on this copy.
Well,
It's not that they didn't run it. We just haven't seen it.
touchdown is counter. But no, I mean they ran it once or twice early in the game. I think they ran counter like 5 times total in the game.
But I mean, with
they've gone away from it though. I mean, they've gone to some of their power or some of their G stuff. They've gone to strictly. If you remember though, Mike at Memphis was outside zone. He was big outside zone.
It was
then counter, then inside zone. Like so. I think he's discovering they've kind of discovered what this offensive line is. And now,
dude, Adam, I think it was OZ, IZ, and then counter. Counter kind of got flipped on its head at Florida State.
I know outside zone was what
that was his. That was his most used.
Memphis,
yeah. You're absolutely right. People tend to forget. We don't.
No. We do this
all day. Just
no.
What happens?
What happens here? And I got a little stunt going.
He's just a little up. He's a little too far up the field.
Yeah, he needs to. He needs to
close down a little bit. They gave you a little taste of your own medicine there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good call. Good execution by the offense.
Go see a lot of that from Duke.
Dude. And then it's like, listen, man, if you're going to jump off sides, get in his face. Don't let him get the easy completion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they win one on you on the outside.
It's just a stop. Looks like just a stop. A little back shoulder.
Good little timing route.
Yep. Well, Shrader's got a cannon, so.
He's. I would not be surprised if someone took a flyer on him.
I would.
He's got another year left.
Athletic?
Yeah.
No way. Seriously?
No way. Does he really? He's like Aaron Kraft.
Oh, I thought you were being serious. I thought you said he had another year left.
No, but like, what do you mean? Oh, you mean like an NFL team take a flyer on him? Kev?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the transfer portal. Oh yeah, dude.
No, I mean
athletic. And then this is
he's got a chance to be someone that like
special teams.
Yeah, this is why SP Plus has us as the #1 special teams team in the country.
What? There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
North South, baby. North South. That pussyfooting.
8 yards. Good job blocking.
No pussy
Warlock's
feet
come
here.
along as long as they've learned how to use him as a blocker.
All right. I did not need that play.
But this is what people wanted.
We don't need that in our lives at 24-3.
This is what people wanted at 17-3.
He's not built for this play. Like he gets it. He obviously scored on the one against Miami in the 2021 year. Like
he scored on the one against Clemson this year.
You think about the dudes that are having success with that play. Like, you think about the tush push. I've heard everybody talking about it after the game. Like Jalen Hurts squats 600 pounds. There's a reason he's really good at it. Like I don't know about Jordan. I don't know if he's 100% built for the old quarterback sneak.
I don't know if it's worth the injuries, especially on this game.
No.
Yeah, this is the hitch we were talking about earlier.
92%.
But-
That's the conversion rate on the tush push.
92?
92%.
You take it. Man. This is what I was worried about happening all game, and it only happened a couple of times. You see here, really good job by Omar Graham collisioning this route, carrying it this way. That's a good coverage everywhere.
Nice job by Tatum.
Yeah.
Walled it off, then carried, then spun back around with it. This kid's trying to get open. Just, it's really well done. Their coverage
they get a jump ball.
It looks tight right now. It looks very tied together.
Yeah, all the completions are tough.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you take that. That's how many teams have a 6'6" receiver that'll catch that consistently?
Not too many. Oh, in the house. Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah, late blitz by Brown.
Oh, AZ, come on.
God, man, Brown closes, dude. He's looking pretty comfortable. He had like
Way
what do you have, like a sack and a half of this game?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but a lot more pressures. He was in there. AZ kind of lets this guy get up underneath his.
Yeah, he's a little high at the snap there.
And that kind of lets the inside release.
I love it, dude. But even if the technique isn't perfect because of the pressure, they're speeding up, and that's not something they were doing the first 4 or 5 games of the year. They were letting the quarterback, they were letting him sit back there, and they're not doing it. It's good adjustments, man.
Yeah, they're doing a good job.
Oh, and this is good stuff. Oh, I wanted him to just break the plane, dude, didn't you? Like, I thought he was.
He almost had it there.
He's wearing a P-Dub shirt before. Oh, what a fantastic return! Oh, there you go. Oh, number 4. You're good. You're good. You're good at the football.
Yeah, he's a pretty athletic kid,
man. He's a stud. He does not look slow when he runs.
Who said he looks slow when he runs?
Nobody.
Adam's referencing the Jaheim Bell poopy pants before.
Oh, okay.
In, out, in, out. What the hell's going on, dude?
Yeah.
Snap.
Good coverage.
Yeah,
they looked a little funky in the red zone this game, huh?
Hold on. Run it back to the beginning of the play.
Low snap. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think he really had much there anyways.
Well, I think it's some RPO. I think it's RPO action, but
yeah, it kind of just blows it up.
Yeah. Well, the bad snap kills it.
Yeah, timing's just eats it. Gotta get that cleaned up.
I mean, Duke's gonna put someone in his face, so that's another consideration. They play a lot of 3 down.
Do they?
Yeah.
Third and goal from the 11.
And that's the one. That's like,
it's not going to score, but it's still frustrating.
It'll give you a chance, right? It's the
type
of throw we've been begging him to take all.
Yep. I mean, as much as we want to criticize JT earlier, he learns, he adjusts. That's the right throw. That's the exact same angle route he didn't throw earlier.
And Benson with a head of steam, maybe 40% chance he barrels it in there, but
yeah, you might be right.
I don't know, but I'm with you. Even if he doesn't, that's a positive development from a decision-making standpoint.
Well, even if he doesn't, he's down to the 2.
Shit, you might go for it. Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens. This is the Wildcat play.
Another Fitzsimmons.
Wildcat play. What?
Oh, they're Wildcat.
Yeah.
All right. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, bad angle, right, of what's going on up front.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got the small box. And
yeah.
Yeah, dude, you can't see anything. There's number 0 out there. We haven't been calling his name a lot this year. He hasn't been playing as many snaps. A lot of that's to keep him fresh. I think it's time for him to assert himself a little bit more in the second half of the season. What say y'all?
Yeah, I
it'd be
mean,
nice.
I think his value as a run stopper will kind of show itself.
He's had flashes.
Mhm.
He hasn't been out there. He hasn't had enough at bats, which I think is by design. So
Yeah, I think his time is a coming.
that's so do I. Like I said, I don't think it's because it's not there.
Right.
3rd and 1.
There you go.
Ooh, there we go.
There you go.
North south. Stay north south.
Right. He gets north south immediately. That allows him to kind of make a move.
Those plays just get guys coming up. Like,
Oh, here's counter.
yep.
There you go, Meach.
Whoa.
But it feels like they were allergic to bouncing counter at the beginning of the year. But like all of their best counter runs over the past couple of years have come when they bounce it. So this guy does a terrible job of spilling this. He's trying to spill it.
He's too flat at the line of scrimmage, and then Meats just
Great block. Really great
Yeah.
block.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Bell's out there doing the poopy
It's
pants,
funny
kind of leading the
because
way.
if Bell blocks the guy he's supposed to block, this doesn't score. But because of Meach's block, like it ends up that guy gets kind of stuck, and Bell's like, "Oh, I'm just going to keep going." They run by it, and he ends up getting on this block, which springs it.
Yeah, it's funny. And Toafili just kind of runs right by him. And
Yep.
got some nice tough runs on the year, man. He's had a nice little. He's good. He's a good situational weapon. What do you think, Adam?
It's a nice change up.
Mm-hmm.
Adam's favorite.
Anything else you want to say?
Immediately, somebody put a message up. You didn't rank him in the top 40. You were wrong.
You were wrong. You should have ranked him in the 40.
Maybe number 40.
Oh, come on now. Here's Ventrell.
Impact?
This man coverage is so tight.
Yeah. I think
Just
all
all
talk's got to be
game.
about the defense. Like, it looks good.
It looks.
Hope
It
it-
does, and it
hope it
looks
continues.
coordinated.
Hope it continues.
And they're not getting it. They're not giving any free, easy plays. They look coordinated. The communication's on point. The front's looking good. Linebacker plays improved.
Sounds sacrilegious to come on here and give Adam Fuller a lot of credit. People
Not
gonna hate
for
that.
us. And
All
there
right, here we go.
All
Here
right,
we
Kevin,
go.
give it to me, Kevin.
I mean, I don't know if I have to say anything. I mean, I think he had a perfect passer rating on the day, you know?
Well, there's one. There's one. Tate loves to take the profit, and then what happens? There we go. A little
Free money.
conversion.
Our backup offensive line, there's something here. I know they're also going against backups, but they've looked good every time they've gone in there.
Our Mela looks particularly feisty.
Mhm.
You've got some talented kids coming up.
Oh, here comes the Keon. Whoo, baby. He was at full gear. He was at full gear when his foot hit the dirt.
Dude,
Yeah,
look at
That
three.
is-
I know everybody's talking about Hakeem running a 4.4 in full pads at 220 pounds as a true freshman, but can we really just appreciate this throw?
Oh, stop it now. You stop it.
under duress too, Kev. I mean, he took a
there you
shot.
go. I mean, there's something to him getting the ball out really fast.
Just the play is the catch and run. But yes, I agree. He delivered it,
Yeah,
did
I
what he's
mean,
supposed to do. Look
I'm
at
joking
three.
because Hakeem is clearly the.
No, this is the one screen that looks good.
Yeah, he can play football.
Starting to win me over, though. It was a nice pass. He gets it out where he needs to. Look at him go. See, dude, just
He has like 300 yards of screens this year.
just run of the mill. Just like, yeah, this is just what I do, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a different athletic profile in that backup offensive line too. Like
Here to
looking
chew
at
bubble
Norvell
gum
get out
and
there on
throw
the screen,
screens. And I'm all out of bubble
looking
gum.
at Jalen
Yeah.
early running around out there. Those guys just look a little different.
Yeah, I think you've got a bright future here. Yeah, those guys, they move well. Wow.
Athletic, dude.
That was a block. Yeah, that doesn't get talked about enough.
Jackson
Everybody can
West
see
does a nice
Hakeem, but
job.
that springs the play.
Good hit, dude.
That cut it full.
Oh, is he
speed.
trying to do high five?
He gets ghosted.
He's trying to slap hands in the middle of
Poor
the
Jakai.
play. That's okay, dude.
Then he celebrates. Yeah.
Oh, slap hands.
You like seeing that from teammates, though.
Absolutely.
That's culture, baby. You know who wasn't high-fiving? Miami after Georgia Tech.
No, they only
Because they ain't got culture. They don't have culture like that.
I don't even have to be the one that takes the Miami shots.
Making a bit of a serious point. Culture is just different. I mean, that's why it might not always look pretty, but it ends up happening because they just believe in each other.
Man, I'm telling you, we talked about it in our group chat, Adam.
Yeah,
like when the play wasn't particularly dialed in yet, as it is right now, Florida State has won games, I would say, specifically off their response culture. Like, culture has won Florida State football games.
Yep,
the way that they've maintained games and they've hung in long enough on where past Florida State teams would just accept the blowout or the multi-point defeat. They hang, and they fight, and they hang, and they respond, and they hang, and it's just, they're such a perfect reflection of their head coach. And these kids are young and impressionable. They will take on the appearance of their head coach, a la many other negative examples you could think. The culture stuff matters. Like, this is great, dude. What a fight.
So that last play, like you can see the athletic profiles out here running around. Daniel Lyons, even Dante Anderson coming off the edge. I believe that's KJ Sampson, number 56.
God, 96, dude. Look at that.
And then
Lyons is the one.
Yeah, Lyons
he's got the athletic build.
Yeah. But you see the athleticism running around there, Ashton Barker, but you can just tell it's all moving a little fast for him. So they look a little bit slower getting to their spots. They're not quite as aggressive coming up and fitting. Like,
right.
The these guys move a little fast for these guys still.
They need to see screens sooner, right? They peel off here, make that a little bit tougher. Give
Blake needs to see it. He needs to fight. He needs to fight this, be a little more physical against that. Like, Ashton Barker needs to come on, like, come up and fit this. You're not sitting back waiting on it.
Yep.
Steady ends up catching the ball, travels another 10 yards farther than it should. There's a lot of hope on the field here too.
No, you got a lot. You got tools to work with. Like, that's nice.
Justin Cryer. He'll hit somebody.
That sucker he come downhill on you now. That boy's a bowling ball.
Yeah. And he holds up.
Dante Anderson on it, Blake Nicholson. Like, all right.
Yeah. We'll work on that, boys.
Yeah. Just kind of getting beat by their O-line here. But, I mean, hard play to defend.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Knocked him out of bounds.
And they're not rolling over and giving up the garbage time points. They want to preserve this lead.
Got Jaden Jones in there now.
Oh man, the safety close.
Hey,
nice.
Greedy. What a boy.
Who's that safety coming in late? Flying.
I think that's Barker.
Yeah, I would guess it's Barker.
Great job by Greedy Vance.
Fuller's calling the game for the twos like he did with the ones. Those are good reps. Those are good game reps. And with that,
another one in the books.
Another one. 6 wins. 6 film reviews.
Halfway.
Makes me sad. I feel good.
Halfway, assuming there's not 3 games at the end of the season.
Performance was just as dominant now, if not even more so, than I remember watching it the first time. You took a good team and you completely just broke them down, dissected them, did whatever you want. Weren't in particular, you were not in any danger during any of the game. All the plays that they made for the most part were either tough or due to a lapse. I didn't see a lot of free runners, things that we dealt with in a lot of Florida State tough games last year. The team looks improved on defense, but in a large margin, vastly improved. The offense, they are starting to do some things that were positive, taking some of the profit, the in-breaking routes. I like the way that Mike called the game for the most part. Need to clean up the red zone, but they're looking good coming into this top 25 matchup at Doak at home, guys, right? Like, I like the way that Florida State, I like the way that they're coming into this game. I'm feeling a lot more confident coming in than I would have a month ago, for sure.
Yeah, I think there was. Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
I'm not sure that Duke offensively, even with a healthy Riley Leonard, kind of gives you much more than what Syracuse has. I think they probably would bring a little bit more energy on that side of the ball, but
yeah,
their offense really isn't anything to write home about. But you're going to have to prove against some pretty decent corners that you can win man coverage consistently. You can win press coverage consistently, and that's going to be the story of the game.
Well, if you want to hear the real story of the game, we've got it all for you on Noles247.com. We will be here after the fact. Who knows what another night game? So Night Instant Reaction will be there. We'll be reviewing the film. Massive recruiting weekend. Noles247.com is the only place to get the best and brightest recruiting coverage. We love you. Subscribe to X's and Noles for the film review. YouTube channel subscription notifications on Noles247 YouTube. That's where all the instant reactions are. Subscription notifications on. I am Trey. That is Kevin. That is Adam. We love you, and we ain't going anywhere, dude. See you guys in a couple days. Keep chopping 6-0.